God, in my ear. In my ear canal.
Hi! Welcome to Tattoo Homewreckers, a podcast where we talk about tattoos, life, and everything in between. My name is Callista, and this is
Lou. Hi! Wow, that was a really funny intro. Oh my God. Hey guys.
Hi, you guys. How is everybody doing?
I wish I could respond live. That would be really, really sweet. Someone's a little bit inebriated. I need to catch up.
Oh, me? I know what you're talking about.
Gosh,
how I sit all the time.
You better no. This is not how Lou sits all the time. No, aren't these pants so cute? She's very pink today. I'm very green to match the studio. This is our Tattoo Homewreckers After Hours episode. After hours, where you just shoot the shit and talk about silly little things. And I have trivia questions in front of us just in case we don't have topics to talk about. Yes. Do you want to start off with the trivia question just to break the ice?
Sure.
Fabulous. What color would you like? Blue, black, mint, or...
Black.
Okay, cool. Black.
Did you say mint? I love that you said mint instead of green.
Because we know that I have a hard time with colors, all right? I'm colorblind. That is something that is hard for me to accept because I am a color tattoo artist. I know.
Oh, I had the epiphany the other day. Okay.
About what?
So we went wine tasting. Was that only yesterday?
Yes, that was yesterday.
We went wine tasting. And I realized, because there's things that I think are like absolutely delicious. And then Caboose and Callie have fairly similar like tastes.
It's very similar, yeah.
And I was thinking about color being the same thing as taste, that like everyone's palate is slightly different. And I'm really hypothesizing that color is the same.
Oh, for sure. That our like, eyeballs are different palettes for our eyes. And I apparently can't tell the difference between blues and purples. So now that makes me insecure because I don't want to say the word green for that color. This is the color, by the way. Let me show them really fast. This is the color that and it looks kind of weird in this lighting, but it is green. Mm-hmm. Okay. Anyways.
Oh my God. Colors. I'm so scared. Colors.
On an official Rubik's Cube, which color face is on the side opposite the white?
Nobody knows that.
I don't think anyone does.
I was going to say white. When you said Rubik's Cube, I was like opposite? White. I'm going to say red.
No, yellow.
Oh, man, I thought yellow first.
Mm-hmm. Oh, dang, you should have gone with your freaking first instinct. Red is opposite orange, blue is opposite green, yellow is opposite white. Who the fuck would know that?
Caboose would. He can do a Rubik's Cube.
I have never been able to do a Rubik's Cube before in my entire life, but I also...
I've never had a desire to do one.
I always have. I've always been impressed with people who can solve Rubik's Cubes because there's something like... I don't have a lot of like spatial awareness. So when it comes to like, oh, can this amount of food fit in this Tupperware? That is a daily war in my head. It's a daily battle. I genuinely can't fucking tell. I'm like, I don't fucking know. And when it comes to Tetris, horrible at Tetris. When it comes to many a puzzle, I'm also bad at that. I have, no joke, been the person to force a puzzle piece into something.
She has.
Yeah.
She absolutely has. She'll just shove it in there. I'm like, that's not where that goes. You just broke that piece.
It's so bad. I really struggle with like the 3D, like just picturing an item in this item. I don't know why, but it's just not something that my brain's very well exercised in. So I've been trying to work on that. There's this puzzle game that I really enjoy. We've been calling it HOA. Oh, yeah. Where you're a gnome. Technically, you're a fairy, but you're dressed as a gnome.
Wait, what?
They say that you're a fairy in it, and I'm not a fairy. I literally have a red hat.
You're a gnome.
I'm a fucking gnome. Maybe that's just a different way of saying, like, maybe they just, I don't know. It's a Japanese game. You're a fairy, in quotes, and you solve little puzzles going all the way through. So I'm trying to exercise my brain in things that, like, actually I have fun with, because I'm not going to sit down and do a Sudoku puzzle. I'm sorry.
They're so much fun.
So stressful.
If you like them.
Only if you like them. I'm also not good at math, and I'm okay with that. Anyways, I'm going to go with... Which one do I want? I'm going to go with pink.
Do I read this top question?
Mm-hmm. And then I try to guess.
Okay. Bro, words. In the Disney movie Snow White, which one of the following was not considered for a dwarf's name? Burpy, Brainy, Wheezy.
I think Burpy.
Incorrect.
Which one is it?
Brainy.
Fucking Brainy. How the fuck was I supposed to know that? How do we feel about Snow White? Do you like Snow White?
Yeah. I mean, I don't have a problem with her. She hasn't done anything to me.
There's so many funny jokes about like her living with 7 dwarves, but truly, I don't know. Snow White was never my favorite.
Who was your favorite?
I don't think okay, out of the classics, I think probably Sleeping Beauty.
Because you're always tired?
Because I'm always tired. No, I like Sleeping Beauty because I have a memory of me watching it, and for some reason I was watching it in my brother's room, and we would watch that movie all the fucking time, and me eating cookies while I was watching that movie. And honestly, maybe I just like the cookies more, but for some reason that's a core memory.
Nice.
Very early on in my childhood.
What kind of cookies?
I think they were gingerbread cookies.
Ooh.
And it was the first time I've ever had like gingerbread cookies that were like still like shortbready, so it was less like spicy. Ginger isn't too spicy, but you know what I mean. As a kid, it's a little bit different. Who was your favorite?
Pocahontas.
Really?
Yeah.
Pocahontas. I loved her little raccoon.
Yeah. And Hummingbird.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And her hummingbird. I forgot about the hummingbird. The hummingbird was like surprisingly sassy.
Yeah.
But New Age, definitely Mulan. It was always Mulan for me. Always Mulan. I love that bitch.
There's some good songs.
Do you remember that time we had a Disney-themed birthday for you?
Yes.
And
I had norovirus.
That sucks so bad.
I was so sick.
Fucking birthday.
And I couldn't eat.
Your poor birthdays, dude. You dressed up as Merida. I was
Mulan.
Mulan,
obviously.
Yes, because Mulan's my favorite.
And then you were a pool shark.
Only because I had some help. I had some assistance by one of our friends. Like, she just told me where to shoot. I would shoot it, and all of a sudden we were fucking ace in that shit. You're a real pool shark, though.
No, I'm not.
Arcades. What's your favorite arcade game?
Crazy Taxi.
Does that start out as like an arcade game?
I mean, there is an arcade. I've seen it like 3 times.
Okay.
In real life.
Cool.
It's a rare arcade game, but it's one of the ones where you get to get in, you're driving, because those are my favorites.
You like the driving
Or
ones?
the ones where you have a gun. I want like a prop.
Yeah.
A controller just doesn't do it for me.
How do you feel about the motorcycles? Have you been?
Oh, dude, I love those. Yes, so much fun.
Swaying?
I like any of the driving ones. Or like if you're shooting zombies.
You know what's funny? I have said this before, and I am owning up to it, and I will always own up to it. I am a bad driver. I lose at Mario Kart. I know that my friends are like, oh my God, let's go and play Mario Kart. I am walking in fully aware that I am a filler person. I am not here to win because I will not win, period. So bad at that shit. Arcade games. There was this one arcade game that me and my cousins played, and I still to this day don't know what the fuck it was called. I have no idea, but you were able to play 4 people at a time. And it was kind of like an RPG, and you could either be a dwarf, a warrior, a magic like spellcaster, or something else. There was a 4th one, and you were just walking through levels with each other. It was so much fucking fun and so hilarious, and I love that one. But as far as like, I feel like arcade games that like most people would know. Definitely like any of the shooting ones, like the Jurassic Park ones where you go into like they have, it's almost like a photo booth situation. I like those ones.
Yeah.
Where it's
I'm like
full
encapsulated.
screen.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I don't like the hunting ones with the deer and stuff.
Those I can't do those. Yeah.
Yeah, they make me feel bad.
That's why it's like zombies are the only things I'm like, okay, you can kill a zombie.
Zombies are fine. For some reason, I'm not okay with the deer, but Jurassic Park ones where you have to shoot the dinosaurs, I'm okay with.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
I couldn't shoot a dinosaur.
I mean, in real life, I couldn't do it either. I would just let it eat me, but...
That's true.
Yeah, I couldn't do that either. Speaking of which, my new hyperfixation... oh no, I forgot their name. They're called Hyprex or something like that. They are mammals. That was our ice machine. They're mammals who are their closest relatives are elephants and manatees.
They're so freaking cute.
Yeah, they're so fucking adorable.
That is a skill of yours. You find the most obscure, adorable animals.
Hythrax, that's what they're called. Yeah. They're obscure and adorable. Think like a skinny capybara with like really sharp front teeth.
Oh, with tiny little
They've got really sharp
vampire teeth.
That's so cute. They're so fucking adorable, and I love them so much. And I was reading about them today, and they're very aggressive.
Are they? That's even cuter.
They're all aggressive. Like you can't. Yeah, isn't that sweet? And the baby ones are about the size as a guinea pig.
Wow.
And they're crazy.
How big do they get?
I think they get about like, oh, I'm terrible at this. Okay. When it comes to animal sizes, actually don't trust me.
Yeah. I don't know why I asked you.
Recently, we went through a drive-through safari with Cole. God. I need to talk about this. We've been through this drive-through safari. And it was a lot of fun. That was the first safari we've witnessed a golden shower take place between giraffes.
Yeah, we learned that's how they figure out whether or not she's in heat.
Isn't that giraffes?
Yeah, he just goes up and giraffes her pee. So
giraffes on the regular have a golden shower every now and again. They're into that. So we got to see that live, which I think is, to me, that's a very special moment. I feel like you'll never ever see that ever, because I remember like we had to look at the back seat as well, because I was like, wait, Lou, wait, oh my god, he's drinking her pee, and you were like, you're fucking joking, slammed on your brakes, and we both turned around, and that's what he was doing, fully underneath there.
And then there was no service, so we couldn't look it up at that point to figure out what the fuck was happening, because I was like, you need to know like why is he doing that? Like, there has to be a reason, or is he weird? No, we're not trying to shame people.
We're not trying to yuck anybody's yum.
Yeah. But
is it a specific scenario for that giraffe, or do they just do that?
Yeah, they're just into that. Yeah. And then there was no service, so we had to go through the entire rest of it.
Just bothered.
And I just remember the moment you got service, and we were like outside of the park, and we were already like driving back. That's when you got service, and that's when you looked it up, and we were in these like canyons at the time, and that's the memory I have, is you telling me about it, driving in these canyons, being like, I'm currently learning about giraffes peeing on people with this 19-year-old kid. What the fuck am I doing with my life?
Did you know that
like, am I corrupting this child?
No.
What is happening?
Are you joking? I've always been a big fan of animal facts, and that is like one of those animal facts that just, you know what?
That just started this whole friendship.
It really kickstarted our friendship, was the info dump. But anyways, we decided to go to the same safari. Because obviously you guys know that we went to Seven Feathers. The drive-through safari is literally like, 20, 30 minutes away from like that convention center. So we had to hit it up again, obviously. But this time we had Cole and we had Caboose. And Caboose wasn't like afraid of any of the animals, and I was telling Cole, I was hyping this up this entire time. The emus are fucking scary. Fuck the emus. I already don't like ostriches because they're too fucking tall. How dare they? That's not okay with me. I don't think that a bird.
You have to say that again, because I don't think people understand.
I don't fuck with ostriches because they're too fucking tall.
Because you don't want a bird to be that tall.
Because birds should not be that tall. Period. Point blank period. The tallest a bird should get is emperor penguin. And we cap it off at that. There is no reasonable explanation as to why this bird should be that fucking big. However, if given the chance, I will absolutely ride an ostrich. So if you know anybody,
you're killing me.
I'm being so fucking for real.
I know.
I would love to ride an ostrich. But besides that, they shouldn't be that fucking tall. Maybe I'll change my mind after I ride my ostrich. Anyways, emus are basically just the ostrich's like deranged drug dealer cousin. Not fucking okay. I'm already having a problem with ostriches. Emus are the deranged drug dealer cousin of the fucking ostrich.
Can I just add in, to be clear, as we're driving there, Callie keeps repeating that she's like, okay, here's my one deal. Do not open the windows
with me
there. Mm-hmm. Do not do that.
It can't be my window.
Yeah, it can't be my window. Like, at all. Only with the emus or ostriches. Everything else I'm fine with. That's just absolutely not.
Hard and fast, no emu through my window. I don't want it because you can feed the emus. And I said, absolutely fucking not. I'm not going to do that. Guess what the fuck happens? Mm-hmm. Of course they're on my side. And we're like, the people out there tell you to shake your little cup of like fucking pellets so that way they can hear it and they'll start gathering to your car. And Cole's like, no, they're on your side. They're on your side. Just open the window. I'm like, oh, fucking goddamn it. Okay, fine. So I'm like, but you're going to be the only one fucking feeding them. Like, I'm not feeding this fucking emu. Fuck that thing. And it's so funny. I have this video, and sometimes I watch it just to start laughing. When I need a good chuckle, when I need a good giggle, a good goof and a gaff, I will open this video up again. But I roll down the window. We start shaking our cups, all three of us. And finally the emus, are like, they get their attention, their fucking crazy eyes, and they're fucking making a beeline for our vehicle. Fucking making a beeline with their crazy ass fucking eyes. And
they're so scary.
Both Lou and I are like, nope, put her food away. Lou rolls up her window and I go, oh no, I'm gonna pee my pants because I'm fucking shaking. And Cole's like, hi, how are you? Like being really sweet. Hi. Oh my gosh, hello. And the second the emu actually comes up to our fucking window, Cole goes, hi. Like you hear the moment in the video where Cole actually is like, oh no, this is much different.
Where they regret what they were doing.
It was so fucking funny. And they start pecking violently into the cup. They're violent about it.
It's so scary.
Oh my God. And why are we allowed to feed those things?
I don't know. Because human beings are dumb, dude.
And here's the thing. I get that, we must be able to feed them because, in all reality, the damage that an emu's beak can do to you probably isn't that severe. But still, fuck that shit. They're giant. They're big.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm doubting what you're saying. I'm pretty sure an emu could fuck you up real bad.
Oh, yeah. I think
except then Caboose was just hella cool about it. And he's like, I don't understand why you guys were afraid. If anything, we just roll the window up and trap his head. I'm like,
are you joking?
Oh my God. But Caboose, they're like, why were you afraid? It's not going to do anything. We'll just roll the window up. And I'm like, that never for 1 second crossed my mind as an option.
No.
Which now, actually, in this very moment, I realize how fucked up it is that Caboose he's a driver. He has access to all the windows. We couldn't get to the window because it was right underneath the emu's head. The switch for it. But Caboose could have started rolling up the windows when Cole started crying.
Oh, absolutely. I was fully crying, by the way.
Yeah, Cole and I just had
misty eyes.
And both of us are like, oh God. Yeah. And Caboose could have rolled it up and was like, nah.
No, we had 3 cups for the emu to eat. Yep. So we did that. And at one point, the second emu was shoveling at least 3 pellets per pack. It was so violent.
It was so scary.
Thank you. Emus are terrifying. That's my only point. Don't trust an emu. Actually, don't trust a bird that's bigger than you. That's my biggest point, is you should never trust a bird that is bigger than you.
Does this mean as you get older, you get to trust more birds?
You mean less
you keep
birds?
Growing?
I'm capped off at 5'2", dude.
No, I'm saying children trust less birds. And then as you become an adult, as you get bigger, because at one point a goose was bigger than me.
I don't think.
So at that point,
we're
I
still
can't
afraid
trust
of geese.
a goose. I am afraid of geese.
They're cute
There's
little
me
pink tongues,
screaming at a goose at that same safari because I was so scared.
Well, out of all the exotic animals that came up to our car, the most terrifying was the geese because fuck, dude, they were aggressive.
So scary.
They would be like, "You have fucking food," and then start running after our fucking vehicle, and we're like, "No, please, we don't want to hurt you. We don't want to fucking."
Yeah, and I've been bit by a goose, so I'm not trying to do that again.
I've been hissed at, but I haven't been.
Oh God.
I love when they hiss. It's so weird that they hiss.
No.
So weird that they hiss. Anyways, don't trust a bird that's bigger than you. I fucking love penguins, though. I'm obsessed with penguins.
What do you like about penguins?
I love that they're out in the Arctic, and specifically like emperor penguins. The fact that they have to they swim on the regular, so cool to me. They can't fly. They just waddle around, but they're excellent swimmers. That is so fucking cool to me. Yeah. Against all odds, you decided to survive in the Arctic, and this is what came out of that. Is you being just the funniest shape and fucking having to you still have to live on land, bitch, because you don't survive on underwater. Mm-hmm. You have to breathe oxygen. You're literally a bird. But against all odds, you still survive and make the most out of it. And they huddle together. Yeah. And they're cold. I love that. They huddle and then they circulate between the huddles. So you get really warm in the center, and then eventually you have to make sure that the outside ones get warm. I would be
so sad to have to go to the outside.
Well, it's a gradual thing that you don't get banished to the outside rim out of nowhere, because they would die. The temperature drop would be too much for them, I think. Yeah.
How do you know all this?
I love animals. And Animal Planet, when I was growing up, was my main TV show. Oh. Mm-hmm. What was your main TV show growing up?
Maybe Lifetime?
Lifetime?
Yeah.
What was playing on Lifetime?
Dramas.
Oh, like telenovelas?
Kind of, but shitty and white. Yeah. If you took a telenovela and made it for white people.
Shitty and white. Yeah. Speaking of white people shows, can we talk about Dating Around on Netflix?
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit,
that is a very cringy show.
I love it. I love to cringe, and I need a psychologist to tell me why I like cringing. It is literal, it's like crack to me.
It's terrible. It's addicted. I would much rather watch a horror movie any day of the week. Mm-hmm. Even when I'm not in a place to be scared, I will take a horror movie over the shit that you make us watch, which is just cringy. And I don't know. It's part of you has to be psychotic that you don't feel their cringe with them.
I think I do, and I like it. I like it a lot.
Is that trauma?
I don't know. I have no idea. That? I watch awkward public scenes where Baby Reindeer when he's bombing in front of the crowd as a comedian. I love that. I love it so much because it's this weird weightless but pit in your stomach, and you're ooh, that is
you like this feeling? You just described it perfectly. Because that is weightless. Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
My stomach is weightless and floating.
Yeah. And there's still a pit in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
So again, if you're a therapist or if you know what the fuck's wrong with me, I would love to know.
That's crazy.
I don't know.
But when you describe it like that, then I'm oh, you're right. It feels like a roller coaster.
Yeah.
It feels like that same weightless feeling you have on the fucking motherfucker. Dude, I learned so much shit about roller coasters.
Tell me about that.
And now I can't fucking remember what the name of that is when you're weightless at that point. The hills.
Because those are my favorite parts. Moving? I don't know.
Yes. But I can't remember what the fucking name of the actual hill is.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to sound like a fucking idiot.
No, you're not.
All of our roller coaster enthusiasts out there.
Every single roller coaster expert that's watching this episode right now is going to be what a dumbass.
Yeah. Which I just realized how weird that is that I'm I learned a lot about roller coasters to just randomly say to people, because I don't think I talk about it with anyone.
No, I don't think you do. This one knows a lot about and what are they called?
The engineering of it.
I will walk downstairs sometimes after a long day of work, and she will just be sitting on the couch with her husband, and they will be watching the structural integrity of a certain roller coaster that we've ridden on, and how the engineers decided to engineer it the way that it was. Which, by the way, the Velocicoaster, traumatic. Actually, no, I'm not going to say that. It's a lot of fun. You should definitely do it. The only reason why it was hard for me is because we had to go back to back twice. We got pulled from the crowd the first time after riding it. It was so fucking scary, by the way. It's one of those coasters that just gets scarier.
Which is my favorite.
Which is my least favorite. I don't like that. I do not like the fact that the longer I'm on it, the more afraid I am. But I don't know if I would do it again, but I would highly encourage other people to do it. But we got pulled aside after the first time riding on it just because these dudes liked our hair. And they were like, do you guys want to go again? And we were like, I guess. I mean, it is like a cool thing, right? You guys went through all this trouble to pull us aside just because you guys liked our hair. And the second time, I fully blacked out. So there's that.
It was such a good roller coaster.
Would you like to do another trivia card?
No.
Okay.
You can just ask me a question.
Oh, okay. Any question?
Yes.
I'm
scared.
On a scale from 1 to 10, how high are you?
On a scale from 1 to 10, I'm like 12, dude.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Good for you.
I'm like solid.
I'm so jealous of people who can get stoned because now I don't think I can. And I feel like we've talked about this before, but people who were stoners in like high school in their young developing ages tend to not be able to do it as an adult. But I only know that out of personal like pattern recognition out of the people that I've spoken with. So let me know if you feel the same way because I get too paranoid now.
Yeah. And I just don't. I mean, I do, but like...
Then you just talk yourself out of it.
Yeah, you either talk yourself out of it or you just decide whatever it is you're paranoid of, you make peace with.
Can you tell them about that shit? What? About like being afraid that there's like a fucking serial killer underneath your bed and what you do when you're high.
So you're like, you know, I'm pretty sure we all have that fear still of like, oh, shit, there's something under your bed. Because that's always been like a horror trope. So I will have that where I'm like, fuck, what would you do if there's something under your bed? Is it like a monster situation? He's going to like drag you down to his whole world. Is he going to like kick, like slit your Achilles? Which is by far my biggest like fear for that.
Hate that shit.
Or is he just going to grab you? Like what the fuck's going to happen? So when I'm like normal in my brain, I'll just be like, no, we ain't doing this. And I hop into bed hella fast. I'm like, we're not playing this game. Stop it. And I turn that part of my brain off. But when I'm high, I'm like, okay, I think you should just address whoever's under the bed and just like have a conversation because there's probably some sort of misunderstanding there. And like, they're lashing out or they're scared. You scared them. That's why they grabbed you. So I will then get down on my hands and knees and approach the bed that way. And I'm like, just don't freak out, little dude. It's okay. I'm sorry if you're scared. And then you just like genuinely make peace with your demons. Because then you're like, dude, if I can face this guy and there's nothing there, then like, everything else is easy.
Wow, that's beautiful and well put. I do not have the wherewithal to do that. When I'm stoned off of weed, no. All of the emotions are fully sweeping me. I am yet just a floating piece of kelp in the ocean of feelings. Yeah. I cannot like control what's happening.
I love that part. I love like...
Do you?
Yeah, like the other day when we went and saw Civil War, I took an edible.
Let's talk about Civil War, yeah.
And it's kind of really not really related, but we were there and then I was thinking about the fact that I was like, oh, these are these like moments of your life and you're going to die one day and like all of that. And then I was feeling really nostalgic and I was like, wow, what are we going through, man? And it's that like when I get high, I can separate like my thoughts and then be like, hey, you're feeling really nostalgic. Like what's happening here? And you're like sitting with that instead of like being too busy the rest of the time to like sort through.
Oh, I love that.
So it's like, it's finally me being able to sit with like, hey,
Like let's
process things. Yeah.
Process.
So that's what I see it as. It's a very therapeutic thing where it's like, yeah, it makes things more fun, but it also just makes you like slow down and enjoy things.
Yeah.
So like, which I'm sure someone out there is like, oh, well, you should probably just get ADHD meds. But like right now, that's not a thing.
I'm not trying to dull my sparkle. As debilitating as it may be, it's more of a superpower than anything else for me.
Yeah.
I don't know any other way to live, and I don't feel like changing it. That's my 2 cents on that. Gosh, I mean, we're hitting our 29-minute mark.
You're hitting. Oh, dude, what's your gender?
What the fuck?
What's your gender, ho?
My gender right now, I would say, is it very much feels like a old Nintendo 3DS that hasn't. You don't know what a Nintendo DS is?
That's like a sideways Game Boy? Okay, yeah. I know what that is.
Game Boy with the flippy, like it can open.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I feel like an old Nintendo DS. Reliable. Nostalgic. And overall, good time.
Nice.
What does your gender feel like?
Dry cotton candy.
As opposed to wet cotton candy, which is just sugar water.
No. Like, I'm like cotton candy, like floating out in the ether. But also, like, the edge of me is kind of like hardened and like dried up.
Oh, because it's like kind of stale.
Yeah. It's like a little bit stale.
So just a little bit, though. Still fluffy on some parts.
Yeah.
Do you like cotton candy?
No.
I don't think I do either.
No.
I don't think I really do. I'll have like a bite and then I always regret it.
Yeah. So even you saying that, my tongue was like,
my teeth were like, don't do that to me.
Yeah.
Oh man. Win for the week?
My win for the week is taking tomorrow to just like hang out with you, but also take time for myself.
We got a busy day tomorrow.
I know.
I've got 3 appointments to go to.
And I get to chauffeur because then when I get to sit in the car, it allows me to like get stuff done on my phone that otherwise I will just leave places.
Period.
So, yeah.
Social media stuff. It's hard, man.
Yeah.
My win for the week is I'm about to make some bomb-ass pasta. That's it. Yeah, I'm just going to make some pasta. That's literally
masala veggies.
Hell yeah, brother. All right, dogs. Well, thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you for listening to our silly little after hours special. If you have any questions or concerns or just topics you want us to hit, please let us know. We'd love to know. Drop a comment. But other than that, have a wonderful week ahead of you, guys. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. I hope it's not too hard. And even if it is, guess what? We can do hard things. Everything will be okay. Everything will work itself out. All right. Well, see y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.